Hi everybody, this is Matt Alessandrini here showing you how to use your computer more effectively in the classroom. This screencast is for those who want to use Microsoft Word but maybe aren't really confident in using it, maybe you don't use it very much, and it's also for those who are interested in finding out how to use Word maybe in other ways that they weren't sure about. I'm going to go ahead and break up this screencast into multiple different sections, each section talking about a different tab that you can find here in Microsoft Word. What do I mean by tab? Well, if you come up to the top, you'll notice where it says Home. And then if you click on Insert, there's another one for Insert. We have one for Page Layout. We have one for References, for Mailings, to Review, and to View. So I'm going to go ahead and start with Home, and this is probably going to where you're going to spend probably a good 50% of your time with Microsoft Word, because this is where all the basic information is at. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just basically start at the left hand side and move my way over to the right. Alright? You're going to notice first off that there are buttons that say Paste, that say Cut, Copy, and Format Painter. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and first start out with Cut and Copy. I'm going to go ahead and type something right here. I'm going to type hello. How are you? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something which I call highlight. When you highlight words, what you do is you want to make sure the little I, which I'm moving around right now, you want to make sure the little I is at the right-hand side of the words that you're highlighting. I usually like to do the right-hand side, or where I end at. I'm going to click and hold the left mouse button, again the left mouse button, and I'm going to go ahead and highlight everything that I've just done right there. Now, as soon as I've done that, you should notice that Cut and Copy have basically highlighted or have basically lit up. So I'm going to go and click on Cut, and what you've noticed is Cut basically takes that away. And if I want to go ahead and say move that down to the bottom, now watch what happens if I go ahead and click on Paste, it pastes it. Okay? Something else I can do is I can go ahead and highlight the entire part, and instead of cutting it, I want to copy it. What copying does is it takes the original letters or the original parts that I typed in, and it just makes a copy. It keeps the original right there. So let's just say I want to go ahead and put this at the top like before. I'm going to go ahead and click on Paste again, and there it pastes it right there. So here we have Cut and Copy. And this is also Paste. Now I'm going to come over a little bit more over to the left right here, or to the right I should say right here. And here I have words that here it says Calibri body, it says 11, and it has all of these little letters and everything's right here. Basically, what this Calibri body is basically what the font is. So right now it's on Calibri body. If I click on that, the arrow, a whole bunch of different options are going to come down from Times New Roman. If you've ever taken a college class and you've had to make a paper, they're going to ask you to do a Times New Roman. You can do it, but again, this isn't college. This is public school. Especially those of you in elementary school, if you like to go ahead and make something a little bit more interesting. So here's an example. I think Ravi is really interesting. So I'm going to click on that. Now everything I type looks like that. Now let's just say I want the rest of these to look like Ravi. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and highlight, click and highlight, everything that I want to go ahead and make it look like that. I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to go ahead and click Ravi, and then it takes them all looking like that. Let's just say I want to change the size. This is what this is the lettering right here. I'm going to go ahead and make it. Let's say I want to make it 16. Okay. Let's just say that, you know what, I want to make it bigger, but I don't want to go ahead and bring the scroll down box. I'm just going to click on this A with the arrow above it, and this will actually help me size it up however big I want to, or even how small I want to. Okay. Then you notice down here, I'm going to notice it says B. This makes it bold, makes it a little bit thicker. It's kind of hard to tell with Ravi, so let me go ahead and put on Cambry. Check this out, or Cambria. If I don't put it on bold, look how much skinnier it is. The I stands for italics. U is underline, or I have a whole bunch of different underlines I can do, including even more underlines I can do. I mean, really, a lot of it really is just how much you want to look into and how in depth you want to go. I'm going to go ahead and my underline. I can have a different underline color. Maybe I want to make it red. Okay. If I have my ABC, I click on that, it actually strikes it through. And then what I have here with the X with the 2 and then the X with the 2 above, these are subscript or superscript. So let's just say I have hello, how are you, and I want to go ahead and let's just say I want to go ahead and put a reference into that. Click on the 1. I'm going to go ahead and highlight the 1. I'm going to go ahead and click on my subscript that makes it subscript. Or if I don't want that, I'm going to go ahead and click on subscript again, bring it back up like that. Maybe I want to make it superscript. There you go. So then if you're making up equations, let's just say you're making equations like, oh, you want to have your students, if you're a math teacher, you want your students to be able to say 22 squared. If I click on my superscript, there's the square right there. Okay. So then what I have here, and then if I come over to this next one, the A, this is what we call word art or text effects. So I click on that, I have a whole bunch of different effects I can put in. Let's just say I want to make a little bit more interesting. I click on that, and I can go ahead and click on hello, how are you? Why not do that for a title page you're trying to work on? Okay. I come on this. This is my highlighting color. So if I click on that, I can go ahead and highlight anything that I want. Okay. Let's just say I want to go ahead and change the color of the text. Well, first thing I want to go ahead and click on off of that, and I want to go ahead and make hello, how are you? Let's just say I want to make it into a different color. Let's say I want to make it into a kind of a redder color. As you notice, as I'm going across it, if you keep an eye out down there, it actually shows what color it's turning into. Ooh, I like that orange a lot. I'm going to click on that orange. Okay. So there you go with that. So now, if you come over here to this A and this A, this will actually tell you if you want to start typing. This will actually go ahead and give you some options. You can click on all lowercase, all uppercase. Maybe you want each word to be capitalized. So watch what happens here. I start typing. And I want to go ahead and highlight it, just like before. Maybe I want to make it all lowercase. Maybe I want to make it all uppercase. Maybe I want to capitalize each word. Or maybe I want to toggle the case around, so it's kind of a little bit like that. I kind of like the idea, especially if you're working on having your students work on just work on capitalizing and showing how and wanting to have every word capitalized. Why not go and have every word capitalized? What I just did right here is I clicked on this AB with the little eraser. What that does is that clears all the formatting out. So watch what happens when I highlight everything and I click this. It'll clear formatting, takes everything back to what it was before. And you'll notice even too, it'll even have these 2's right here. 222 because I remember I put the right there I put the squared 2 next to that with my superscript. So I'm going to go ahead and erase everything right there, and on we go. So now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and put my hello, how are you? What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead. Now you're going to notice that I have these lines right here. These lines basically tell you where the typing is going to take place at. Right now it's what we call aligned over to the left. If I want to align it to the middle, I can click that. Align to the right, or if I want to make it completely centered, I can go ahead and do that. And now what happens is when I type everything out, it'll make everything completely squared out. There's the difference between that, and between that. Right? Let's just say I want to go ahead and make a note page, and I want to go ahead and create bullets. I click on that, and I can go ahead and start typing in bullets. Or, let's say I want to change these bullets instead to these, or if I want to change them to these, or to these, or really anything like that. Maybe I want to put them like that. So these are all just different ways, or maybe I don't want to have any bullets at all. This will actually change them to numbers. So I can do Roman numerals, numbers like that if you're making a test. This will actually space them out a little bit, so I can click on multi-level. Okay. again, these are just different ways to space that out, especially if you want to do multi-level. Let's just say that you don't want this to, let's say you want to go ahead and move this back. If you click on this arrow over here, it'll move it back over there. If I want to click it over there, it'll move it back that way. Okay? Alright. Let's just say that you want to go ahead and make some spacing. Something else that you ought to realize is that when you are working on a college class and they'll say I want two spacing, they want double spacing. If you click on this right here, it'll actually space everything out for you exactly how it's supposed to be. So if you want double spacing, click on that, and that's spacing, double spacing. Or if I want to go back to 1.5, I'm right there. Okay. Let's say that I want to go ahead and make the color. I want to change the color a little bit. I can go ahead and whatever I highlight, whatever I have typed, I can go ahead and make that whatever color I want it to be, just in case you want to highlight that as a certain theme. Or let's just say over here I want to go ahead and create a border. I can actually create a border around what I have. Or if I don't want any borders at all, I can click no borders. Okay. Coming up here, I can actually sort whatever I want. I can go ahead and sort it alphabetically. Hello, how are you? Hello. So let's just say you're making a list up, a spelling list. And you wanted to go ahead and put it in alphabetical order. Click on that. By text, and I want to make it ascending. So let's make it descending. Click on that. There it is. It is descending. Now over here are different styles that you can put for making. These are different styles that you can put when actually creating a document. Like let's say you want to make a professional-looking document. I'm going to go ahead and just take all that away. I'm going to go ahead and put my document. I'm going to highlight that. Let's just say I want to make it look like that. I click on that, or even better, if I click on that, now my document is created. I can go ahead and start typing. This is my document. What it does is it just gives you kind of an easy way to create a professional-looking presentation a little bit more. Make it a little bit more interesting. So let's just say I want to change styles, and I want to go ahead and change the style set. I have a whole bunch of different style sets. As you can see, it changes it. Maybe I want to change the color up a little bit. Okay, maybe I want to change the fonts up a little bit. Again, it's just about how in detail you want to go with. Maybe I want to change the paragraph spacing. So then I have that. Maybe I want to find a word. I can search for a word. Let's then try to find the word document. There, it highlights it. Well, that's kind of easy. But if you, let's just say you have an entire document, like an entire 5-page document, and you're looking for a word. Click on that. It'll tell you exactly where the word is that you're looking for. Okay. If you want to replace. This is what you can do. Let's just say you want to replace document with the word paper. Let's just say you looked in the thesaurus and you found, you know what, I'd rather have the word paper for document. So you can replace one, you can replace all. I'm going to go ahead and replace all. Excluded search and made true replacements, okay. Then I can go ahead and close it, and document has been replaced with paper. Okay. Finally, if I want to select all, I can select objects, meaning not the words but objects. Okay, so this is kind of an outline of what we have so far with the first part, the Home tab. Again, this is where you're going to spend probably about 50% of your time. Anyway, I got to get going. Hope this has been helpful for you. I'll talk to you later.